And joining us now is Bruce Rector, Mayor of Clearwater, Florida. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for being with us. So you had more than 14 inches of rain. That's a whole lot of rain. The teams have been making water rescues across your county this morning. So bring us up to date. Where are things now?
Yeah, well, 2 weeks ago, Andrea, we had storm surge, and that really affected our Barrier Island community and residents. But this time, the rest of Clearwater, areas that don't normally flooded. We had an apartment complex that was not in an evacuation zone, and people were surprised that the water came up into their apartments, covered the first floor of that building, and we had to rescue. I think we had 18 calls from that complex this morning. We got in as soon as we could to rescue them, but between the high winds, hurricane force winds, and the heavy rainfall, it posed unique problems for us that Helene did not pose.
Well, let's talk about that now. Were a lot of these residents senior citizens? Did you have some real challenges there in getting these people safely out?
Some of them were. I was really pleased that many of our vulnerable population, senior citizens, those with medical issues, they evacuated even though they didn't have to. They went to one of our shelters. So this particular complex, I think, was mostly younger people, but there were some families and there were some elderly that did need to be rescued this morning.
Now, Pinellas County, where you are?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm in Pinellas County, same as St. Peters.
Pinellas County. So what about the evacuation zones? You've lifted that evacuation order now. Are people returning? Is that creating other problems where the traffic must be jammed?
Well, fortunately, it's not. You gave everyone great advice earlier. If you don't have to be out today, if you don't have to get back to your property today, please don't. I just went out to one of our evacuation zones on Clearwater Beach. We've got light poles crossing the bridge, which is impassable. They're trying to remove those so you can at least get across the bridge. There's electrical lines down everywhere. There's trees obstructing roadways. There's still street flooding. It's not a good idea to get out and about today. And particularly if you're just coming out to take pictures and see damage, please stay home. We need not only to protect your safety, but to give our relief workers, our utility workers, our first responders space to do the work they need to do to restore essential services to people.
And you talked to the President Biden ahead of the storm. Is there more that you need from the federal government? So far, how has the FEMA response been, the state response?
Well, we're going to need some help with debris. We had an incredible amount of debris from Helene that still is out there. I'd say we were probably only able to get 20 to 25% of it out before Milton came along. So I talked with the president about that. I was thankful and appreciated his call very much. He was very caring about our community and showed concern and offered his help in going forward. And this debris removal, that's our biggest issue, and that's where we probably need help the most going forward.
But the barrier islands are now accessible? The bridges are open?
Yes, a little bit in Clearwater. The Memorial Causeway Bridge is obstructed a little bit. You can't get out there at the moment, but they were working quickly to try to clear those light poles so that we can get people on and off as soon as possible.